Yo, so welcome people, it's your boy KMD back in here for a new week. It's Sunday evening and I'm at work, so it's only a short video tonight right now. But first of all, let me just say peace and love, salutations and gratifications to everybody that passed through on the Friday live for the conspiracies chat. We had a good old fucking chat, and I kind of pissed myself off after the thing as well. Like, you know, after the live was over, I kind of pissed myself off after everything we were talking about. Still sitting there and just thinking like, God damn it, just like, bro. Like, so we know all of this shit. Like, we all know all of this shit, but we're just going to be calm about it anyway. But it's nothing. But peace and love to everybody that come through, and we had a good time and we was just kicking it, you know. But to everybody else who still can't, who still isn't able to actually get in there, because I can imagine that loads of people were out watching the Black Panther movie anyways, you know. So it was like finally the weekend for people to just finally go and watch this movie. I haven't seen it yet. I'm going to see it Friday coming. I don't want to go to the fucking cinemas when it's just too packed right now, you know what I'm saying? I like to go to the cinemas when it's just like a quarter, maybe half of a packed screening. I hate too many people in there because I can't fucking hear shit. And half of the time, I have to end up wilding out on somebody who's kicking the back of my fucking chair. Have you ever had to wild out on somebody in the cinemas for kicking the back of your fucking chair? I've had to do it a couple times. That's why I like to go for like last screenings and go watch a movie a couple of weeks later. Some movies I might go and watch the weekend they come out, but I'll go for literally the last fucking screening that's at like 12:30, midnight, shit like that, and then I don't get out of the cinemas until 3 o'clock in the morning. But I wanted to talk about the Black Panther trolls, because if anybody has been under a rock this past week, there's been like Facebook and Instagram and Twitter Black Panther trolls, basically, which is obviously it's just white people again, basically, who have been posting troll pictures of them getting their ass battered. All right, they've been posting pictures of them getting their ass battered with captions of like, went to go and see the Black Panther movie, was told this movie ain't for you, white bitch, and they got themselves punched the fuck up, and they'll show this that their face with their face battered and bruised with black eyes and shit like that. But people have been catching them out. Come on. People who actually use their phones to research some shit ain't just looked at this shit for face value and think like, oh my god, these black people are fucking crazy, these black people are racist. They've come to find out that every single one of these Black Panther trolls who's been pretending to have gotten their ass beat from going to watch this movie, they've been using pictures from like 5, 6, 10 years ago and shit like that, or pictures of other people, you know. Some people, they were using pictures of a woman who was involved in domestic violence and got her face battered by her boyfriend, but they used this picture to say, I got my ass battered for going to watch the Black Panther fucking movie. This is the shit I'm talking about. Because obviously you even have it like I've been hearing it through the news as well, and I saw that interview here in England as well, where it's like the cast was asking Chadwick Boseman, he was saying like this movie is predominantly black and blah 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 blah. This is all everybody is saying on the news. It's like it's a predominantly black movie. Like the movie's called Black Panther, set in Africa, and they can't understand why it's a predominantly black movie. And you like there are a handful of white people online right now who hate the fact that there aren't that many white people in this movie called Black Panther set in Africa. People are actually complaining about this shit. I just asked a simple question of, tell me how many black people you remember seeing in the movie Titanic. 3 hours long that movie was, alright? 3 hours long. I don't remember seeing one black person in that predominantly white movie. Didn't complain though. Does anybody remember seeing a black man in the predominantly white movie Lord of the Rings? Both of these movies were big in the box office, alright? Won Oscars and all of that shit. Does anybody remember seeing a black person in Lord of the Rings? Because I certainly don't. But we didn't complain. So when we finally get a movie that is big for black people right now, alright? It's big for black people. This is Black Panther we're talking about, you know? Black Panther sharing the name of the same Black Panther party that was pretty much wiped out by the fucking government anyway, like, you know what I mean? So what Black Panther shows for black people is what our culture could have really been if it wasn't for fucking colonialism. This is why black people are in love with this shit right now. This is why we are posting nothing but this shit right now, because it shows what we could have been, what we can do, what we are capable of doing, but we're still asleep. Remember Harriet Tubman said some shit like, she would have freed 1,000 more slaves if only they knew they were slaves. Alright? And some of us don't even fucking know we're slaves, which is why most of us ain't even really trying to fucking wake up. But I just all I wanted to say. I just wanted to come in here and just say, does anybody remember seeing a black person in Titanic? Does anybody remember seeing a black person in Lord of the Rings? So for all of those people who want to complain about this being a predominantly black movie, suck my black dick, kiss my black ass. That's all I wanted to say. This is your boy KMD. This is Rant Radio. Peace.